It's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the
Hello. I'm Sienna, and I was helping with Bear's eight-legged freaks to feed all the tarantulas and scorpions today.
Yes guys, welcome back. I'm Aaron and this is Bear's Eight-Legged Freaks. Massive thank you to Sienna who you just saw. She's probably the only member of the family that is literally really interested in my tarantulas. She came over last weekend and she helped me feed all of my eight-legged friends. She done really well, a bit jumpy at the start, but as it went on her confidence grew. She even brought a little diary over to write some facts down, which is really cool. But yeah, here's a little snippet. This is her feeding Princess, my female Platyoma. Have a look.
Oh!
There you go, well done.
I dropped it right on top of her.
That's good, that's good.
She's ate that. Oh, she's moving.
Yeah, she's munching.
You can kind of hear it.
Yes, Sienna, well done. You were absolutely fantastic. Thank you for your help. Right, before we get on to the main topic of today's episode, which is going to be the Q&A, just wanted to give you guys a couple of updates into what's been going on here. I was supposed to be doing an episode last week in regards to a mystery box that I was getting from the spider shop. It was all going well, got back, camera set up, done all the unpacking. When I went back through the footage, to be honest, it went great. For some reason, the camera kept juddering. So I scrapped the footage, but I will try and do another one another time. But in regards to what I received, I had quite a few species that I already have in my collection. But my collection is rather large, so that's understandable. But I did receive two that I haven't, so I was really happy about that. I received two juveniles, a New World species and an Old World species. We had the Ceratogyrus darlingi, also known as the rear horn baboon, and also the Promictopus auratus, also known as the Cuban bronze. I hate these scientific names, but yeah, I was really happy about getting these guys. So yeah, they're all settled in and doing really well. Also received a featherleg centipede, and also a June scorpion, so I was really happy about that. They're a species I haven't got in my collection, so yeah, but I'll talk about them another time. Also, last week I saw a post on Facebook, one of the tarantula forums. There was a lady that was moving to a new location. She was starting this new job, and she wasn't sure that she could look after her tarantulas, so she was basically giving them up. I was lucky enough to get in there first. I travelled up that day, picked them all up. Again, these are species that I've already got in my collection, but I'm looking for other females and males, and you can never have enough tarantulas. So yeah, so I got a Brachypelma homori, also got a Grammostola pulchra, one of my favourite all-time species. They're both juveniles. There's a couple of other spiderlings as well. But yeah, I was really happy to take them off her hands. They're all in new enclosures now. I have my own Pacific way, so I rehoused them all. But yeah, and they're all doing well. Also, really exciting news. Yesterday, my Platyoma mature male finally arrived. Now, I ordered him, must be going back about a month ago. But unfortunately, the gentleman that I bought him from was up north, pretty cold temperatures at the moment. So we wanted to make sure, obviously, that he arrived safely. But yeah, he arrived yesterday. He is settling in well. He's in the enclosure that you saw me put together on my last episode. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to introducing him to Princess, the female Platyoma, in the very near future. Right, now that's that cleared up. Time to get on with the Q&A. Right guys, I put a question out across all my social media last weekend, just to say I was going to be doing this Q&A, and if you had any questions for me to pop them in the comments. I was lucky enough to receive quite a few, some serious, some not so serious, but I'll try and answer them all. Question number 1, and this is from Sarah. How does a tarantula molt? I'm going to try and explain this like the best way I can so that you can understand. When a tarantula grows, obviously it needs to shed its skin. This is the exoskeleton. So what it'd do, it'll wriggle, sort of like jiggle its way, it'd kick its legs. I don't know what I'm doing, it's like I'm getting massaged by a ghost here. But yeah, it'll wriggle, it'll move about, and it'll force the exoskeleton off. Now this is a process that can take anywhere from 15 minutes to 24 hours or more. It can be quite scary, especially if you're new to the hobby, because a lot of the time a tarantula does this on his back. But you have to trust the process. And also, leave your tarantula be. I cannot state this enough. This is a very stressful time. And a tarantula is also very delicate at this point in time as well. And also after, everything will be soft, including its fangs, so don't try feeding it. Make sure you leave it a few days just to give the tarantula itself time to harden. Another reason why I'm stating this is I took a tarantula off a guy's hands, Brachypelma homori. The tarantula was molting. He thought the tarantula was stuck, and the absolute dipstick pulled the molt, which meant he lost one of his legs. Now, luckily enough, tarantulas can regenerate, so in a few molts time, he will have his leg back, touch wood. So yeah, leave the tarantula be. What I got for you here is a clip. Now this is sped up, but this will just give you a bit of an insight into how a tarantula does molt. So yeah, check it out. That was pretty cool, right? Well, on to question number 2. This is from Matthew. Have you ever been bitten? The answer to this is yes. Back when I got my first few tarantulas, back when I was about 18, silly me, being quite naive, I bought a Cereopagopus levidis, which is also known as a cobalt blue. This was a sub-adult. I took the lid off the enclosure, got a bit too close, and it bit me on my hand about there. To be fair, it wasn't that bad, but I had like flu-like symptoms and a sweat for about 2-3 days. After that it wore off, but lesson learned. Also been bit, being in the UK, false widows are getting quite popular over here. I used to do waste clearance, that's my job. I was clearing out like loads of bricks and excess wood and that from a barn, and I got bit on my face and twice on my leg. My leg swelled up to like 3 times the size. And I had pus coming from my face and my leg for about 2 weeks. It was absolutely horrible. But yeah, that pretty much answers that one. Right, question number 3. This is from Tom. Kind of similar to the last question, but his is how painful is a tarantula bite? Now, from my experience, it was more the effects afterwards that got me. But what I have done is I find a clip. That these 2 guys, they travel all over the world and they purposely get bit by certain animals just to describe to you what the pain is like and what effects it has. But yeah, check it out.
Therapos blondi, the Goliath-bird-eating tarantula. This is the largest tarantula on the bloody planet. Its enormous fangs can puncture a rodent's skull, and it releases a potent tissue-dissolving venom.
These crazy arachnids feed by sucking the carcass of their prey completely dry. Nothing is left behind, except for some skin, bones, and hair.
Now, this venom isn't deadly to humans, but it does bring the pain. Let's have a look at this thing.
All right.
Oh, man.
It's pissed off, dude.
Looking at this arachnid, seeing the size of its fangs, seeing the hairs, seeing its beady little eyes. Ugh, I don't want this thing anywhere bloody near me. Nightmare in a box.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Just put your arm down. I don't want to hold this longer than necessary.
Right about here.
You ready?
Yeah. Bite me. Just bite me already. Get off my arm.
Oh, the stings are out. The stings are out.
Ah! Oh, yeah!
Ah! Oh, no!
Oh, I felt that. Oh,
that
that
was-
felt gross.
That was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, dude.
That was the worst feeling I've ever experienced. They're popping into your skin, and then you can feel it like.
That's what I was afraid of. Adam was more scared of this than I was, but not now. After seeing him go through this, like, I'm terrified. I'll take 50 snake bites before I take one tarantula bite.
All right, you ready? Come on. All right.
All right.
Okay, come on. Yeah, he's ready to go.
Look at the face!
Oh my God!
Ooh! Ah! Ooh! Ah! Ah! Ooh! Ah! 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 Damn it! This thing just keeps going.
So bad.
Oh, you just felt tugging on your skin and popping through your skin, and it just seemed like it went on forever. Goodness,
That
man.
was so bad. I could see when it was pulling its fang out, it was like lifting his skin up with it.
And just, yeah, and now it's actually, it wasn't hurting for a minute, but now like the venom's starting to kick in. It's starting to hurt. Oh, actually, it's actually really stinging.
Yeah, yeah.
It takes a minute, huh? Look at that, they're so far apart. It's actually stinging more now.
Yeah, it got you good.
The worst part is these fangs going into my flesh. For a few seconds, I thought there was no venom, and then it started to sting, and it got worse and worse.
Oh, that was probably the worst thing I've ever seen. If I see another tarantula, it'll be too soon. I'm gonna need counseling after this.
Those guys are absolute nutters. There's no way in hell that I would purposely get bit by anything, but fair play to them. Question number 4, and this is from Kelly. She's asked me, what are you wearing? I told you I had some funny questions. Kel, just for you, all I've got on today is my Tarantula Dad t-shirt. Oh, joking, I have got bottoms on too, but that was just for you, Kel. Question number 5, and this is from 40. He's asked, do tarantulas have any predators? Not that you believe it, but they do have quite a few. There are certain birds, lizards, snakes, giant centipedes. All of these will hunt tarantulas. The main one I wanted to give a mention to, though, is the tarantula hawk wasp. Now, you think tarantulas are scary? There's nothing in comparison to these. Now, what the tarantula hawk wasp does, it will go down to a tarantula's burrow. It will basically antagonise it, getting it to emerge and come out. It will then move side to side, irritating the tarantula. Now, what it's trying to do, it wants the tarantula to give a threat pose, which is basically when the tarantula rear up, exposing its fangs. Now, once the tarantula does this, the hawk wasp, within a second, will be under, and it will pierce the abdomen. Now, within minutes, this tarantula will become fully paralysed. Now, it's paralysed, but is alive. The hawk wasp will then drag it to a burrow, will lay an egg on the abdomen. Once this hatches, it will become a larva, and then this will basically eat the tarantula alive. Now that is scary stuff. What I've got for you to see now is just a short clip, just showing you what happens when a tarantula hawk wasp comes across a tarantula, just so you can see. But yeah, check it out. Told you that was pretty scary stuff. Right, on to question number 6. This is from Paul. He's asked me how many of my 8-legged friends I have and also what else I have in my collection. To be honest, this changes every week and will probably continue to change for as long as I can go on for. But currently at the moment, I'm on about 60 different species of tarantula. Now that's everything from spiderlings to juveniles to my adults. So not a bad collection, but I'm hoping to have a lot more. Also my breeding project soon, that number is gonna hopefully fly right up. I also have 2 different species of scorpion. I have a featherleg centipede, praying mantis. I also have jumping spiders, and I have a couple of ladybird spiders also. So yeah, pretty good collection so far, I think. But yeah, thanks for that, bud. Right guys, question number 7. This is from Lisa. How do tarantulas mate? Now it's quite an interesting process. Obviously you need a male and female tarantula. Once a female becomes adult, you need a mature male. Now a male becomes mature after what you would call his ultimate molt, if you like. Once he's done this, his like mission, if you like, because once a male hits maturity, a lot of species don't tend to live that long after. Some can go a few years, some literally a matter of months. So this male tarantula, his mission is to obviously get to a female. And what he'll do once he becomes mature, he will make a sperm web. Once he's made a sperm web, he will literally soak his 2 front pedipalps, basically covering them in sperm. He will approach a female. Now we're talking captivity. We'll introduce the male to the female, and what they'll do is he'll give her like a little tap dance, if you like, just to basically say to the female what I'm here for and I'm interested. She will give him her response by doing the same sort of thing. And what will happen is they will come together. He will push her up. He will use two of his front legs to basically push her fangs back, because ultimately the female does eat the male after. So he knows this is coming. So he'll keep them at bay. Then he use his pedipalps that he's got soaked in sperm, and basically inject them into her. Once he's done this, the female sometimes can go into a trance, but he will back off and he will try and run away as fast as he can to prevent the female from coming down and eating him. Obviously, with captive breeding, obviously we can use tongs and other things like that to try and make sure they get separated. But unfortunately, bad things can happen sometime. But it's not always bad, because at the same time, when a female does eat the male, she does get all the nutrients and the goodness, which is obviously good for her babies. So yeah, what I've got another clip for you. Now in this clip, this is from the wild. This is a Calcodis. I've got a couple of these in my collection. This is just showing how they come together and how they mate. So yeah, check it out. Question number 8, and this is from Ben. He's asked, are you the real Spider King? The answer to this is no. Aaron Exotic is the real Spider King, and he guest starred on my last episode, so go check that out. Question number 9, this is from Luke. He's asked, what species are the best for handling, how to handle a tarantula, and how to convince his missus to get one. Now, if you speak to any tarantula keeper or go on any tarantula forum, this is probably the most mixed reviewed question ever. And I understand why. There's a lot of people out there that believe tarantulas should be held, me being one of them. And there are quite a lot of reasons for that. One, tarantulas generally do not like to be held. Now, their brains are so tiny. They don't sort of have feelings, they don't get attached or anything like that like a dog would. And their bodies are basically in reverse, so all their organs are on the outside. So if you was to be holding a tarantula, and it was to bolt, or you were to get a bit jumpy and you dropped it, it would die. So really speaking, you want to be thinking of the tarantula's safety and well-being before any of that. That being said, I have held quite a few of mine. Not for the sake of holding them. When I've been cleaning out enclosures, I've had the top of the lid off, or I've been changing water dishes, or taking away any excess sort of dead food or anything like that. When they've come up the side and they have come out, so of course I put my hand there to block it, they've come onto my hand. This happened with a few of mine, my Calcodis, Hamori, Platyoma, my Pulchras. They've all done it. But yeah, but if you really wanted to hold one, there are a number of ways you can go about it. You can, first of all, you've got to see the temperament of the tarantula. Now you could do this by taking like a paintbrush or a makeup brush and just gently touching the back end just to see how the tarantula's feeling. I mean, if it bolts or if it gives you a fret pose, then you're going to know not to go near it. Also, if you did want to hold a tarantula, always do it from the floor. At least if you do it on the floor and it bolts, or you jump and you accidentally drop it, you're on the floor, so you're not going to cause any serious harm. But yeah, in regards to species, as I've said, there are docile species that you can get, some more laid back than others, but every tarantula does have its own personality. I've got a Calcodis. These are known for being quite laid back and quite docile, but one of them, one of my females, every time I go near her, she gives me a fret pose. So it does depend. Again, that being said, personal recommendation for a tarantula or beginner tarantula, if you did want to hold one or get close to it, would be a Gravastola pulchra. Now, I've got a few of these in my collection. They're my number one favourite species. Brazilian black, they're better known as. They're very hardy, very docile, and very laid back. Now, typically, I have got a juvenile that I was going to just sort of like give you a little step-by-step guide into showing you how to pick up a tarantula, but she is sealed off her burrow and she's in pre-molt at the moment. So I will do a separate episode on this at a later date. In regards to your missus, my advice would be just get one. My missus I've been with for 12 years. I had tarantulas for a few years, like when I was 18. When I got my partner, I didn't have any. She wouldn't let me have one. Come last year, I had a few beers and I just purchased one. I told her a couple of days later, and yeah, so there's nothing I could do about it. Now it's in the post. Once it arrived and it was set up, she actually got quite intrigued. And of course, I've got 60 different species now, as well as other things, and it's almost like the norm to her. So yeah, my advice, just get one, buddy. Question number 10. I'm going to be able to answer this one pretty quickly. This is from Hannah, and it says, what is the best beginner species? Now, if you speak to anybody that owns tarantulas, everyone is going to have their own opinion. But I did do an episode on this literally about a month ago. I'll drop the link in here for you so you can check it out. This is my opinion on the top 3 beginner species. So yeah, check it out and let me know what you think. Right guys, question number 11. This is from James. He's asked, do I know everything about tarantulas? Now this is kind of linked with a question I got asked quite a while back when someone asked on my channel if I was an expert. The simple answer is no I'm not, and far from it, and I don't know everything about every tarantula. I've got 60 different species at the moment. Before I purchased them, I made sure I'd done every bit of research possible. Anytime I get a spare moment, I'm always doing research. I'm always watching videos, other YouTubers, just to try and extend my knowledge. I'm sort of growing every day. I'm learning every day. I'm really enjoying it. Tarantulas is my passion. I absolutely adore them. Another reason why I wanted to do this channel was so you could see how I'm learning and how I'm growing, and you can grow with me as well if this is your sort of thing. But yeah, that pretty much sums up that one. Right guys, question number 12. This is from Maria. She's asked, do you have any merchandise? And are you attending any of the invert shows this year? The answer to both those questions is yes. In regards to the shows, the next one that's local to me will be at Thornbury Leisure Centre. I believe that is at the end of July. So yeah, I look forward to catching up with all you guys there. In regards to merchandise, I am speaking to somebody at the moment who's put a few things together for me. It's still early stages, so I don't know much yet, but hopefully we'll be able to get things like hats, t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, But as soon as I have more information, I'll keep you guys posted on Facebook and Instagram, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled. 13, this is from Ben. Are you going to be doing any live feeds or unboxing? Again, the answer to this is yes. It's been something that I've been wanting to do for a while. Also, it'd be nice to interact with you guys while I'm doing it as well. 14, this is from Stu. Have you ever purchased from Portsmouth tarantulas? I haven't as of yet. The people that I do use mainly are the Spider Shop, Creatures from the North, and also people that I've found on Facebook. That being said, there's a few species that I saw on Portsmouth tarantulas this morning that I really do want. So I'm more than likely be purchasing them today. If I do, then I will do an episode on the unboxing and reviewing them. So hopefully that helps you guys out. 15, what do you do in your spare time? Now, to be fair, depending on work and what time I finish, everything is tarantula related, whether it be cleaning, rehousing, unboxing, new arrivals, anything like that. Also, I do a lot of researching on new species, watching other YouTubers and things like that. But if I do get a spare second, other than giving some of my time to my missus, I do like to watch films. I like things like horror and action and things like that. So yeah. Yes, guys, hope you're all good. Right, I am absolutely buzzing. I've been waiting weeks and weeks and weeks for this one to arrive. My Platyoma male, mature male, is finally here. Got postponed for a few weeks due to weather conditions, obviously being cold, etc. But yeah, he's finally here. I've taken him out. I've just put him in his new enclosure where he's going to stay until we decide to put him in with Princess, my female. But yeah, what I'm going to do, if I flip this around a minute, and you can see. Now, this camera doesn't do him justice. The colours are absolutely stunning. The beautiful pink on the back and on the legs is absolutely incredible. I'm not going to bother him too much at the moment, because obviously I've just taken him out. He's been travelling. So I'm going to put the lid on in a minute, just leave him be, and we'll check up on him in a couple of hours. But yeah, I am literally over the moon. This is the enclosure that I put together on my last YouTube video, as you can see there. So yeah, he's got a good home. But yeah, he is absolutely beautiful. A nice size too. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this guy a couple of days to settle in, and then we'll check up on him, see how he's doing. Hopefully soon as well, he'll do his little sperm web, and then eventually, it's part of my collection there. Don't know if you'll be able to see where you at, Princess. She's just climbing over the back at the moment. That's going to be his girlfriend. Where's she to? There you are, baby. She's over at the back there. But yeah, I am generally buzzing. Cannot believe I finally got him here. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to leave him be. Let him settle in, give him a few days, and then we'll see where he's at. But yeah, he's absolutely beautiful. He's got this absolutely stunning, like bright pink coloration on the back. Like I said, his camera just does not do him justice. But like I said, this is his enclosure. So yeah, he's got a good home. And yeah, his girlfriend's waiting over there for when he's ready. I cannot wait. Absolutely beautiful species these are. Right, let's get your lid on, and we're going to leave you be, let you settle in. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Right, guys, question number 16. This is from Lee. He's asked, how many babies does a tarantula have? And also, are they venomous when born? There's not really a good way to answer this in regards to how many babies do they have, because it literally varies. This can go from the actual species itself to the tarantula itself. Also, the tarantula's under stress. But in sort of like basic terms, they can literally have anything from a couple of eggs all the way up into their hundreds or even their thousands. Going into a bit more depth, especially with captive bred tarantulas, once they have mated, the female can hold on to that sperm for a very long time. If she's under stress, she can even stop the cycle and you can end up with a bunch of eggs that are completely empty. So yeah, that sort of gives you a bit of an insight there. This is going to be linked to a question that I've got next, actually, of how does a tarantula give birth, and I've got a pretty cool clip for you guys to see. Yeah, so stay tuned for that one. In regards to a tarantula's venom, once a tarantula hatches from the egg sac and it becomes a spiderling, you've got to bear in mind that the fangs and the venom is probably the main form of taking down prey for a tarantula to eat. So the answer to that, again, is yes. Once a tarantula bites down on this prey, even at a spiderling, it will inject venom to paralyze the prey. Then it will release a digestive enzyme. And this will basically liquidize its prey for the tarantula to suck up and eat. So yeah, that's the answer to that one, bud. Right, guys, question number 17. You briefly heard me mention it just then. This is from Stacey, and this is: how does a tarantula give birth? As soon as she's ready, she will make basically what's like a silk bedding, which she uses from her webbing. She will then release what looks like a yellow goo. Now, this yellow goo is what will become the eggs and your spiders, if you like. Once she's released this, she will pace round and round and round, side to side, whatever, using her webbing to cover this up. She will make this very thick. She will then roll this into what we call an egg sac. What I've got here is another clip for you to see. This is sped up to 40 times faster than what it should be. Otherwise, this would be an extremely long video. Just for you guys to see the process. So yeah, check it out. Right, guys, that pretty much sums up everything in regards to the Q&A. I tried to answer the questions to the best of my knowledge. Hope you find it useful. There's a couple of little mentions I want to give. We had a couple of questions come in. One being, when a spiderling hatches, does it come at you like the face huggers from Alien? Also, when a spider bites, does it lay eggs in you? These are just horror movies, guys. Do not pay attention to horror movies. But yeah, if you liked today's episode or you're new to this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, leave a comment. Make sure you turn on notifications as well so you don't miss anything that I post in the future. Also want to give a massive thank you and shout out to anybody that's liked, followed or subscribed so far. We've just hit 700 subscribers on our channel. I am absolutely over the moon. We're growing faster than I thought I would. If there's anything that you want to see me discuss or go over in regards to our eight-legged friends, like I said, leave a comment. Yeah, we'll go from there. But until next time, massive thank you. Take care and see you soon.